We're back with the dulls, people. We're back with the dulls. Wait, I had a bone to pick with another subreddit. I'm trying to remember what it was. So I've already said my beef with the Last of Us 2 subreddit, which is obvious. And then Peter explains oh, what happened to all the movie subreddits, man? Every single movie subreddit is just pictures of attractive ladies. Which, like, I'm not against on principle, but at some point I want to talk about movies. But like 3 times a day, there's a post that's like, what are your thoughts on Margot Robbie as an actress? And it's just like the same 4 pictures of Margot Robbie. It's insane, man. Why do they keep getting upvoted? Like posting them, I get it, it's the bots, but why do they, I guess maybe they're getting upvoted by bots too? Even r/movie critic. You're right, I gotta go to True Film. r/movie critic is like, thoughts on Christina Hendricks as an actress. No disrespect, Christina, okay? You were Joan in Mad Men, and then you were like, what else have you done? Bad Santa 2? Like, we don't need to be making posts in r/movie critic that are like, thoughts on Christina Hendricks as an actress. That seems crazy. She's in Drive. Well, whatever. That's Carey Mulligan. I don't know what this is. Transformers 2? This is, I don't know what this is. Gone Baby Gone? I got it. That makes perfect sense. I see Massachusetts. I see a baby that I'm presuming is missing, and then it just makes sense. Ed Harris with hair. That's a lady's watch. Clock Radio, are you here? Thoughts on this guy's watch? Can I just get your thoughts on it? There's nothing wrong with it. It's just an interesting choice. It's not. It's a Cartier. We can't Krungo anymore. It's so sick, man. It's so sick. I feel so powerful now. You guys lost Krungo rights yesterday when you said I can't make fun of Aquafina. Then I go into your fucking chat history and all you're doing is making fun of Aquafina. Justin's getting me too. Can somebody, I like Justin. We're good friends. We talked even after the stream about stuff. We were having a good laugh. Had lots of time to talk because the cleaners was supposed to come between 1:45 and 2:45 yesterday. Tell me my ass wasn't sitting down at 3:33 waiting for that knock on the door. But I knew it could happen. So I decided I was just going to get work done. If they were late, so be it. At least I didn't just waste my time. But regardless, why is it that it's not okay for me to say everything going to be Irie, but it's okay for Justin to say inshallah? Explain it to me. It doesn't make sense to me. That seems hypocritical. Both are fine? Yeah, I know. But why does he think that it's not okay for me to say Bombaclat? Justin's chill like that? I'm chill like that. You're too aggro. I am aggro. I think it is because I'm bald. I think you're right. You're feeding into my preconceived notion of anti-bald bias. Kyle Shanahan revealed the 49ers had won the NFC Championship game in which they lost to the Eagles. That had the 49ers. Okay, they would have signed this retired QB to replace injured Brock Purdy. Joe Flacco. I don't know. Tom Brady? That would have been a more sensible guess maybe, but Mo Harkless, Rodney Hood, and Zach Collins helped this team make the 2019 Western Conference Finals. This is the year that the Warriors played the Raptors in the finals. Who did the Warriors beat in the conference finals? Maybe the Rockets? No, never mind. The Blazers, Denny Blazin' Hayes. This country has won the African Cup of Nations a record 7 times. This is tough. If you're asking me best African nation at soccer, Morocco comes to mind recently, but Senegal and Ghana come to mind more broadly, I think. Oh. Or Cote d'Ivoire. They had Didier Drogba, right? Ghana can't win shit, man. They had Asamoah Gyan, dude. So funny, I had the same 3 answers. Sports are pissing me off, man. How do you know ball? I used to watch the World Cup when it was on. The RLTSX and Legend have all been produced by this automobile brand. Acura? That's a big pull for me. That's Rob Lowe and Rob Lowe. That's Rob Lowe's skull and hair and then Rob Lowe's face, but from like a different picture. I know you. You're not Amy Adams. I think you might be Alexandra Daddario. Oh, Amy Poehler? No, I don't think it's Amy Poehler, man. I don't think it's Amy Poehler. Alicia Silverstone. It's 100% Alicia Silverstone. You're right on that one. Alicia Silverstone. This variety of Girl Scout cookies have peanut butter and chocolate. This is what we call them here. Caramel Delight Samoas. What? Those are tagalongs? Oh, brother. Can I tell you Canada, this is why, like, okay, you got things to complain about in the United States, don't get me wrong. But food-wise, you have everything in the US and you never stop complaining, which is annoying as fuck. For Girl Scout cookies, do you know what we get? The chocolate cookies with cream in the middle, like a off-brand Oreo, and the vanilla cookies with cream in the middle, like an even worse off-brand Oreo, dude. We don't get the Thin Mints. We don't get the peanut butter and chocolate drizzle ones. We don't get the coconut ones or anything. Less slop. You guys have more choice, is what I'm saying. Now, here's where because you can't just, I know how the American psyche works. You can't just be like, huh, more cookies is a good thing. You have to be like, I'd trade it for healthcare or something like that. Because I understand it's all about like who can be the most victimized. Nobody's getting victimized here. We're talking about cookies, okay? And when you buy them, the money goes to basically a nonprofit organization. So it's fine either way. And even the lower selection of cookies is like you're still eating sugar and fat, so your brain is happy. But like, just relax, okay? Just take the dub. What Emmy-winning actor? That's John Hamm. Interesting to put John Hamm in your Barstool Sports affiliated trivia game right now. Johnny Depp played a swindling art dealer. Yeah, that's Mordecai. Mort-decai. That's it right there, man. Doing a little East Coast swing. Boys to Men going off, not too hard, not too soft. Are lyrics from this 1991 song. I don't know any song by Boys to Men. I'll never break your heart is what that's what popped into my head. 8% got Mordecai, bro. That's Motown Philly. Alicia Silverstone. Peanut butter patties, tagalongs. No one saw it? I didn't see it either, but the fucking the poster of him with the mustache, how can you forget about that, man? Well, you could forget about it if you were like 8 when it came out. But like I wasn't, so. One guy said not Egypt and it was Egypt. Okay, well, like when the streamer gets something wrong, that's like one thing. But like, why are you ragging on like one chatter for being wrong. There's a lot of wrong individuals in the chat right now. There's like 11,000 people here or something. There's no need to, they didn't ask for that. They were just, you don't have to call them an idiot. Like when someone shouts shoot at the hockey game, even if it's not the right time to shoot, you're not like, actually, they're setting up the triangle on the power play right now. The point is that when Quinn Hughes walks the line, it pulls a little bit of extra attention from the defenders opening a passing lane to get the puck to Elias Pettersson. So he can rip a killer slap shot that misses the net by 6 feet, bounces off the glass, and leads to a faceoff outside of the offensive zone. You don't need to do that. You just go, yeah, shoot! Pukin. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Mnemonic. Gnome. Neo. Wait. I mean, Ted, Wick, Neo. These are all mnemonic characters played by Keanu Reeves. Wow, the red herring. Oh. Okay. Pull, suck, draw. This is like an attraction or like a magnetism. It could be psych or psyche. Babe is a baseball player. Babe, Ted, Neo. Neo would be crazy in the MLB, man. Usain Bolt. Ted Kaczynski. Kilometer. Drometer. Bolt. Pull. Meta. Gnome and mnemonic have the silent letter at the start. Okay, same with knee. Hyper. Psyche. Silent letter at the start. Psyche. Okay. That's not even, that seemed like the most obvious to me. That shouldn't be a Mariah. Can I just say, good on the Mentat, even though it pisses me off. Good on the Mentat for the Keanu Reeves red herring. Because I feel like I feel like the average Gen Z playing this is not going to get hit by the red herring. It's just Gen X and millennials that are going to go see Mnemonic and go, oh, Keanu Reeves. So like they got me. They targeted me with that one. I want to give them their flowers. They hit me with a targeted attack on that one. And I respect it. They put the caltrops out there and I stepped on them. What am I going to be like? Those aren't fair caltrops. That's their job, man. Pull, suck, draw. Hyper. These are like prefixes. Like kilometer, hyperspace, metaverse. Neo. These are Latin prefixes. Greek prefixes. Ted, talking animals, bro. Talking animals. Ted, Babe, Dumbo, Bolt. Wick. Absorb using capillary action. Capillary action. Dumbo doesn't talk? Yeah, man, he's always saying, like, if I only had a brain, I would fly like a bird and I would dumb like a turd if I only had a brain. He's always saying some shit like that. That's singing, not talking? That's the problem. That's where I went wrong. Ted is a stuffed animal, isn't he? Yeah. But he's had the breath of life whispered into him like that tree trunk at the end of In the Mood for Love. I don't really know how it works. I just observe the miracles as they are laid bare before me. Wait. You got me, dude. Okay. So this one inspired me. Follow Eric Clapton, be like, if you want to hang out, you gotta take her out, Rogaine. That's pretty good. But did you see, and sorry to gloss over it because you were the inspiration for this, did you see the post on my subreddit that was like Green Day if they were a gingerbread man? And it was like, my eyes feel like there's some candy. Cross-dyed and gumballs in my... Wait, I gotta find that post, man, because that was so good. Yes! My eyes feel like there's some candy, tasty and bulging out my skull. My cookie's dry, my face is crumbs. Fucked up and spun out in my gingerbread house. In the milk, here we go. I was loving that, man. Just the line... My eyes feel like there's some candy is like so bad that it's good, but it's so good at being so bad that it's great. I love that, man. Not me having to explain to my daughter that she can't say hell just because Steve says hell in the song Steve's Lava Chicken from a Minecraft movie. Then she said, why can't I say it? I said, it's a bad word. She said, what is it? And I said, what is hell? And she said, yeah. And I said, it's a bad place. Just don't say it. I'm like, how am I? I don't want to open up that whole can of worms. She's 4.5. Like, I'm going to be like, well, you got to start with like, there's this person allegedly up there, God. And like, when you die, which we're all going to do, a lot of people think you're either going to burn and be tortured forever for eternity, or you're going to go to a cool place and like, you know, all your friends and family are going to be there and there's like unlimited ice cream, right? I just said don't say it. I'm sorry. It's just not the right time to... And all because the Minecraft movie got me out here explaining like the Old Testament to my daughter, just because Steve had to say hell. So he could rhyme with Bell, which doesn't even have shit to do with Lava Chicken? Don't forget Purgatory. You guys think that, sorry, spoilers for The Sopranos. I'm getting far enough ahead of some other people, I don't want to say spoilers. Opposite ends of the earth, poles. Animals with white and black varieties, rhinoceri. Plant deeply. What's coming to you? Ideas? No vote. Nay. Program for kids age 3 to 5, pre-K. That's crazy, dude. Oh, man. Sign after Virgo, Libra. Libra? Sworn envoy? Sworn enemy. Embed karma. Soda! Dude, r/soda is still cooking, by the way. You could be a sworn envoy. Don't you take like an oath to your king or something like that when you go to like be a diplomat? Can somebody explain to me diplomatic immunity, by the way? It just got revoked. I don't want to say based before I know the context of it, but like, it's kind of like being in your base in tag. That's a great metaphor, man, assuming that actually explains it. It's like if you're in your base, you can't be tagged, right? Anyway. Yeah, the diplomat plates are always wild and out on the roads. I don't even know that's one of those things where I'm like, I thought by the time I was my age, I would know what all the license plates mean, but I really don't. Anyone here live in Canada? What the hell is an all red license plate? It can't be veteran, because like, I don't see enough of them to be, because we got like people in the military up here all the time. What's an all red plate? That's government? That's diplomat. That's diplomat plates. What's the veterans plate? Do we have veterans plates in Canada? What does it mean when it has like a little, like a whale on it, and then it says like Canucks on top of it? What does that mean? What does it mean when it says Basant Motors? Is that like, does that mean they're like the president or whatever? It means you're a loser? My wife typed that in chat. That's crazy. That's insane. I don't think she's talking about me, I hope. Where are my horses? This is messed up, man. It's ultra pasteurized, so then I don't want any part of it, man. How much is a 3-pack of whipped light cream? I think it's cheap. I think whipped cream is fairly cheap. I'm going to say that 3 of these come to $10.99 total. $7.99 total? $6.99? $7.49? Did they take Corey's criticism seriously? They've tightened the range, man. Yeah, 3x whipped cream at once is kind of insane, but they love Corey. Why is she sitting like that? I don't want to talk about the Land O'Lakes mascot. It makes me uncomfortable, but you raise a good point. All I'm saying is if I'm not allowed to say everything going to be Irie, you shouldn't be allowed to buy Land O'Lakes butter. Chile. Wow. I think that this might be a new record. I'm not sure it's possible to be more than... When you place a point on the globe, I'm not sure it's possible to be more than 17,115 kilometers away from the other point. So... Now I'm gonna keep zooming out, but it's just making the planet smaller. It's not giving me a better view of the planet. So what is antipodal to Chile? You would assume it's like a northern hemisphere country in the eastern hemisphere. So you would assume, let's just try China. That seems pretty good, man. So it's 300 kilometers from China. Let's try, could be Japan. Let's at least rule it out. Japan's even warmer. It's 55 kilometers from Japan. South Korea? Damn, that was a good algorithm today. And note to self, if you are in South Korea, don't fly to Chile. It's going to take you a long time. It's going to take you a very long time. That's where I'm from. You're absolutely right, Kate. You're absolutely right. This shit's pissing me off. Are you like tiny China? Are you Mongolia? Maybe you're just Mongolia. Oh. Are you Austria? You're Hungary then. You must be Hungary. Huge. Dude, there's a lot of countries that look like a bean, okay? Don't get on my case. That was pretty good. Real. Thank you. Like, I feel like I'm picturing it in my head. Doesn't Mongolia have like a very similar shape to this? Doesn't Austria have a semi-similar shape to this? Sorta. I'll take that. Mongolia's flatter? Buddy, it's a 2D plane. What do you mean it's flatter? Also, it's literally the steppes. Well, I guess Hungary's got the mountains as well. That's a good point. Maybe it is flatter. 2019, August 2019. Lionsgate in week 2 had a total gross of 40. This is kind of a bad week at the multiplex, man, financially speaking. Maybe Geostorm? I find it hard to believe Geostorm would be the highest grossing picture 2 weeks in a row, though. Is this Plane? No, that seems more recent, man. Loyalty is under fire. Olympus has fallen? Morgan, oh, not this shit again. It has fallen. Its angel has fallen. Yes, okay. I knew. Because we had them before. It goes, Olympus is first. Olympus falls, then London falls, then Angel falls. Not to make a geography joke. Universal. Really good legs on this one. 18% drop. Starring Jacob Tremblay. It's too late for Room. You must be this tall to see this movie. Is this Good Boys? What a pull, man. What a pull. That's super bad, but the kids are like 12, right? What are these movies? Good Boys? I mean, that's a what do they call it? A Point Grey production? That's Seth Rogen's production company. Walt Disney, week 7, $521 million. That's Endgame. Frozen 2? No, they wouldn't come out with that in the summertime. Adventure, family, drama, animation? Frozen 2? Toy Story 4? Tagline. The king has returned. Lion King. I'm stupid. Lion King 2. Yeah, like this Lion King. There we go. Damn, this week sucks. How does this show? I guess because it's been in theaters for 7 weeks. I saw the Lion King, the live action, quote unquote live action remake in theaters opening night. People were crying after The Circle of Life. I was kind of crying too, because I was seeing it for nostalgia's sake. And then I don't know, about 6 minutes later, I went, oh, it's just the same movie, huh? It's the same movie, but worse in every single measurable metric. And not just because it's after, but it's worse. Anyway, this is where we lost the plot. I think this might have been where I kind of started to pump the brakes on cultural regurgitation. It's taken me years to really get the distaste in my mouth, but this might have been my turning point. This was my Thanos snapping moment. This? Yeah, this. Because I was it's just the same movie. Remakes, it's one thing, but at least The Force Awakens, they were it's not the same movie. But then it was it echoed the first movie. But then this one, they were it's the same movie. And then when I left the movie, I was it's the same movie. I didn't like it because it was the same movie. And then I felt like all the normies, I was going to say coworkers, but my coworkers are my friends, and they haven't seen this shit. I'm the only person in the Discord, probably except for my wife, that's seen this. I felt like they were yeah, I loved it. It was exactly what I wanted. I wanted to see the same movie. That's why, Kate, cover your ears. I don't want to see the Lilo and Stitch remake. They already made Lilo and Stitch. I don't really care that much about the animated version of Lilo and Stitch, but I care negative 200% about the live action Lilo and Stitch. And the live action Moana, I'm even more cynical about, because Moana itself only came out 10 years ago. So the fact that there's not even like any fake reason to remake it, it's literally just nakedly being remade for money. At least with Stitch, they could be like, well, it didn't get its just dues when it came out the first time. It's for money, but like you have like a plausible deniability. The live action Moana is just like, what are we supposed to do? People want it. Anyway. Treasure Planet should be relaunched? No, man, they should make like a good original movie. They used to do it back in like the 50s and the 60s, and then again in the 80s and the 90s, and then a little bit in the 2000s and even the 2010s. Even the original movies are not even original. They're like cribbing some Hans Christian Andersen shit from like the 17th century or something like that. But at least there's a speck of originality in it. Like, we can't build bridges anymore. Okay, fair enough. I get it. They could only build bridges in the 1930s when granddad was eating his lunch on top of a fucking beam 3,000 feet above the New York City sidewalk, okay? Maybe we can't build bridges anymore. We should be able to make movies. That's all we do is make content and watch content. What do you mean we can't make content anymore? Well, damn, anyway. No one went to see Wish? Wish sucked, though. I saw Wish. Wish sucked. Wish was really bad. And I know you guys don't, you're not fucking with Lin-Manuel Miranda, but they did if you hate Lin-Manuel Miranda, they did an even worse thing, which is they said, get me a Lin-Manuel Miranda impersonator to write the songs. Instead of paying Lin-Manuel Miranda to write Lin-Manuel Miranda songs, they got an imposter, like someone from Invasion of the Body Snatchers, to be like, write these songs in the style of Lin-Manuel Miranda, which is even worse. Universal, 157 million. Starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Is Jumanji 2? Welcome to the Jungle? I mean, the next level? Oops. The next level. Nope. Action adventure comedy. Ride Hard 2? Ride Along 2? Nothing is stronger than family. Oh, Hobbs and Shaw. The Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. That's right. And Fox Searchlight, starring Samara Weaving. That's probably Ready or Not. Okay, at least it wasn't like a total disaster. There was like one movie you could see that had like something to say. And Good Boys was I've only seen half of it, but I was like, it's all right. Ready or Not's pretty good. It's fun, at least. It's kind of like in that companion vein. Little curse, though. Movie to movie. Thunderbolts to Death of a Unicorn. I know who's in Death of a Unicorn. Did you see David Harbour being interviewed by Letterboxd, where they asked him, what do you think are Letterboxd users' favorite movies that you've been in? And he said, are Letterboxd users real cinephiles, or are they the types of people that will go see Thunderbolts? That was like the modern version of Forrest Gump asking Jenny if he's like me. I was like... So I'm pretty sure dude was about to say that Christmas John Wick movie, and then she said, they know movies. And then he went, oh, Brokeback Mountain, of course. And he got it right. And he was right, yeah. He was in that. That's what I think. Is it Sebastian Stan? No, it's Wyatt Russell is next to him and says, you were in that? And he goes, yeah, I was the third gay cowboy in the gay cowboy movie. Third gay cowboy in the two gay cowboy movie. Yeah. That's funny. And I like, I said some shit about David Harbour. David Harbour definitely passed Ryan Reynolds in my actors' power rankings. Actors I would eat an empanada beside David Harbour. Congratulations, you've defeated Ryan Reynolds. There's still a ways to go. Like Wallace Shawn is like 2-decade undefeated actor I'd most like to share an empanada with. But you've moved up the list. Let's put it that way. Who else is in Death of a Unicorn? Paul Rudd, Will Poulter, Richard E. Grant, Téa Leoni. NoHo Hank. We're in like LinkedIn territory now. All right, to Thunderbolts. To Florence Pugh. The Thunderbolts. To Olga Kurylenko. To Max Payne. Max Payne. Okay, it's Thunderbolts. Olga Kurylenko. Max Payne. 2008, of course. We're trying to get to who? It's Mila Kunis. I was just going to take Mila Kunis to Ted. That's not a good play. Bo Bridges, Ludacris, Chris Luda Bridges, Chris O'Donnell, Donald Logue. Olga Kurylenko's in this, huh? Nelly Furtado? I forgot where I was going. I gotta codify it. Death of a Unicorn. I mean, to get to Paul Rudd, I get Mila Kunis forgetting Sarah Marshall. There you go. Paul Rudd. Scroll. Scroll. Oh, man. Oh. You got to take Nelly Furtado if she's on the board. That's true, man. That's true. Attack of the Hollywood Cliches. VH1 bullshit. Then you got songs from Wish stuck in my fucking head. Pissing me off. John Cena once ate 10 empanadas on the set of The Suicide Squad. Didn't spit him out, just ate every single one. I don't know if that's true, but that's why Cena mogs The Rock in my actor power rankings. The Rock really, like, first off, I think he's in that. I'm saying some shit I can't take back. I don't think this is controversial, but I do think The Rock is like, he doesn't want to be an actor. He doesn't see himself as an artist. He sees himself as a businessman. That's fine, but I don't want to see your movies anymore if you're not doing it for the love of the game, right? If you're just doing it to then get enough money to finance Series A funding on some fucking startup that you can then pitch TV commercials for and then sell the company to a bigger company. Like, why do I care what movies you're in then? But he really pissed me off when he said he can't do Hot Ones, a show I don't even watch, because chicken wings are bad for you. And he said maybe we could get some cauliflower wings or something like that. Why are you dodging Hot Ones, bro? Saying you can't eat chicken. You take steroids. I know I keep banging the drum on this. What do you mean chicken is bad for you? You take steroids, dude. And I don't even care that you take steroids, but like it's hypocritical to then be like, chicken is bad for you. Like it's insane. Just don't lie. Like you don't have to be like, I do steroids, but don't say some stupid shit like I can't eat chicken wings. I can't let that one go. If he apologizes for it, not that he has any like recourse to do so, but if he apologizes for it, then I'll say, okay, everyone goes offside from time to time. But like as long as he's doing this like The Rock never fucking, he has one cheat day. He has to be, to maintain this physique, 6'3", 290 pounds, 1.5% body fat. He hasn't had a cheat day since 1991. Okay, buddy. This is Darksiders 2. Metacritic score of 87. It does look a lot like Dark Souls. Maybe it's the original Oblivion. Originally on the PS2. Any chance you're 87? It seems a little low for Eco. Oh, yeah, I don't think this is Eco, bro. It's like SOCOM 2. Oh, shit! Oh, I was there. I wasn't playing this, but I was there. How'd you know that? SOCOM was the first game I remember having console online capabilities. So SOCOM has like a, it lives a little rent free in my head, I guess. Some Kirby. This looks like a Kirby game. Kirby Allies. Correct franchise and saga. Kirby Mass Attack. Kirby Planet Robobot. That seems like kind of a given, yeah. When did this come out, man? 2016, huh? For what? The Nintendo 3DS. I'm sorry, I just don't give a shit about Kirby, to be honest with you. And that's... Dude, Star Allies just... This is Missile Command, man. This is the Missile Command remake. This is the Asteroids remake. Kirby Star Allies ruined my... any positive brand association I had with the Kirby franchise. Guess. You know what? Hit me with Star Allies. Right year, that's positive. Didn't come out on the Switch. Might be a platformer or a hack and slash beat 'em up. Beat 'em up. Let's say it's a platformer, man. From 2018? I don't know. Let's just say Braid and see if we get some hits. It's not a platformer and it's not indie. It's a hack and slash fantasy. Interesting. It's all part of my hack and slash fantasy. You know what I'm talking about? Fantasy. It's like Gauntlet. It's like a Gauntlet type game. Yeah. It's a historical. Oh, yeah. Remember when the Chimera attacked Albion? It's a historical fantasy game in the beat 'em up genre. Any chance it's single player only? Interesting. Am I insane to say it's Vampire Survivors? Yeah, that's crazy. What you've just suggested is crazy. It's not from Ponkel. So it's not on the Mac. We know that for a fact. Probably on the PC. Like, it's single player only. I don't know. I feel like I have no idea. Spellforce. Let's see if we can get a platform right. So for if it's just on PC, a game that's only ever come out for PC. This shouldn't be that hard, man. Minesweeper. How about 20 minutes till dawn? Maybe that was on PC only. They put it on everything, man. Show the clue. It's a role-playing hack and slash beat 'em up adventure game from 2018. I did one complaint. I think there should be a give up button, just because, like, for quality of life, sometimes you're just like, nah, today's not the day, man. God of War. Forgot about that one. God of War. Probably. That shit is not historical. I'll defend them. It's mythological. I would count that as historical adjacent. It's not like, listen, I'm not going to pull a Melvin or a Randall type move on you. I'm not going to be like, I would have gotten it if it didn't have historical. Like, maybe they're slightly off on that one, but at the same time, like, that wasn't my fault. My fault is that I don't give a shit about God of War, to be honest with you. So, like, I'm not going to put that on game, though. That's on me. Montreal Canadiens, 3+ teams played for in his career. Yeah, it's Sergei Samsonov by a mile. Washington Capitals, 3+ teams played for in his career. I got to hit you with Mike Gardner on that one just to see the mustache. And then a goalie who played for 3+ teams in his career. How about Jake Allen, man? He's played for like every single team in the NHL. And then a St. Louis goalie. I'll hit you with like a Patrick Lalime. And the Toronto Maple Leafs goalie. Yeah, maybe you've heard of him. Turk Broda. That's good enough for now. 2% is insane. Leafs fans, man. They know what they're talking about when it comes to their goalies. By the way, when are we gonna start talking about Tom Hanks? You know what I mean by that? Why? His 90s and up to mid-2000s catalog, I'm not even going to touch, even though I think Forrest Gump is not good. I'm not going to touch it. He earned it, okay? It's fallen off a little bit. He was in that Robert Zemeckis movie that takes place entirely in one GPS coordinate. Polar Express. A Man Named Otto. We're not glazing that. You know why? Because I saw A Man Named Ova when that shit came out. I rented it from a video store when that shit still existed. I'm not watching a remake of a Swedish movie. I'll just put it on with subtitles. I can read. You can't be +2ing me on the Lion King take that they didn't need to make the remake and then be like A Man Named Otto was good. Sully, that's a remake of real life. That's like even worse. No, it's not even worse. Let's not go crazy. Diane Keaton, double letter word and title. Something's got to give. The only thing is, now I need to think of some more Diane Keaton movies. Now, I think she was in First Wives Club. Okay. And then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not that familiar with the oeuvre of Diane Keaton, okay? She wears the ties. She wears the hats. This is a suicide pass. They give me 3 categories plus Diane Keaton where Annie Hall works in every single one, okay? Al Pacino. Released 1980 to 2010. That's got to be Sim 1. What a film. Oscar-nominated film with Al Pacino. I mean, he's been in a lot. That's obvious. I kind of feel like people might not know that The Irishman was nominated for an Oscar. Like he's got some very obvious ones, but The Irishman might sneak a little bit under the radar. And Dog Day Afternoon might sneak in here then. Might pull some heat from Oscar nominated. 21.5, I can live with it. Tom Hanks, Oscar nominated film. Double letter word in the title. That's got to be Turner and Hooch. Kind of an insane play here. 1980 to 2010. How about Mazes and Monsters? Love to see that. An Oscar-nominated film with Tom Hanks. I mean, there's been a few. He's in The Post, right? Yeah. We did pretty well on the Hanks there, man. That's the most popular. You know what's crazy? Saving Private Ryan is so glazed and deserves to be that nobody played it, which then made Philadelphia. This is like what Russell Crowe was talking about in A Beautiful Mind. When the most beautiful woman walks into the bar, the Nash equilibrium says Russell Crowe and Paul Bettany have to actually approach like the third most beautiful woman. It's a Nash equilibrium. Then you find out like 25 minutes later, Paul Bettany doesn't even fucking exist, man. And you're like, what? What the hell? I didn't know this was a horror movie. I thought this was just like a by the numbers biographical picture. And then you find out Paul Bettany is just a figment of his imagination. Every time we say goodbye, nothing in common. Sleepless in Seattle? Oh, people don't know it was nominated, myself included. Fair enough. Jeremy Irons, Diane Keaton, and King Bach in in Love, Weddings, and Other Disasters. What a crop, man. What a crop. Oh, man. Merely a spoonful. I had nothing against King Bach, I think. I got nothing against his vines, at least. I can't speak for him as an individual. I don't know him. Ooh, but that backflip, though. You know, we were talking about it in the Discord last night. This isn't a UK thing. Stop saying I hate British people. It's not true. I hate some of the food that they choose to eat in Scrandle and then tell me with a straight face that it looks good. We need to, as adults, okay, and just bear with me because I know you hate when I call you what you are, which is grown up. We need to stop the proliferation of chopped chicken tenders on French fries with sauce on it. Someone in the Discord was like, what, you don't like chopped Nashville hot chicken tenders on French fries with signature Zoopy sauce on it? And I pointed, like Leo, I pointed at the screen and said, yes, you get it, man. I don't want the Zoopy sauce. I don't want their proprietary Zoopy sauce. I don't want their house-made hot sauce, okay? Just serve, I'm not, you can give me the same ingredients, but serve it with a little dignity, okay? People used to be embarrassed to eat like a famous bowl. But now they're eating famous biodegradable bowls. And it's not worse, it's better, even though the bins seem to go to the same location, but I don't want a bucket of slop, man. Can I just have like the tendies on the side and then dip in the Zoopy sauce maybe? Now, the hot dog on top of the pizza is kind of crazy. So I'm going to go chicken and chips, but I had to say my piece. And you could hook me up to a lie detector test. I promise you that I'm telling the truth. Put the shit on my finger, okay? Elliot, put the shit on my finger. I'll be right here. I would rather eat a hot dog than the Monster Burger any day of the week. But the Scrandle is not which would you rather eat. It's which one got a higher percentage. The burger is going to rinse this. The unknown meat sandwich versus the chicken croquette, it's going to be chicken croquette by a mile. This is a tough one. Chicken tikka naan looks pretty good. I got to be honest with you, though. I think the chili con carne looks really good, man. That was a tough pick. I'm glad I went with my heart. Pollo a la brasa. Pretty expensive. But like, you're getting like 14 pounds 50 is up there. You're getting a lot for 14 pounds 50. Also, this shit pisses me off because it's not fair, man. It's not a fair comparison. In order to be mad at what this costs, you have to look at where you are, which is Los Angeles, and all the other food in the stadium. So like a 14 pounds 50 half chicken plus carne asada fries, it's not carne asada, it's got a little pico de gallo or something on it, probably clears like a $20 cheeseburger that looks like trash. But anyway. No one wants to see soccer in the U.S.? Yeah, because the Whitecaps are mogging them, bro. We beat Messi. Twice. Either way, steak sandwich is going to clear. But this looks pretty good. I'm just defending its honor a little bit. I think the kebab roll looks good, but I have to be honest with you. I'm a big fan of a sausage roll. I'm going to give it a chance. That's fine. I can live with the percentages on that one. Nuggets and chips. Nuggets look horrendous, and no sauce at all. There's a happy medium. Pita bread and meatballs. It's pita bread and meatballs by a mile, man. Strawberry waffle versus hot dog. There's an anti-dessert bias, but there's also a pro-Japan bias. And this looks like shit. So this is a great opportunity to gather some free intel. And just see, because I would predict if this was not Japan, this would be in the 60s. But because it's in Japan, I'm going to say it's 72. 81. Holy cow. Salt and pepper chips with a point, lad. This one's tough for me. I would probably rather have the styrofoam container of fries. I'll admit. Spicy pepperoni pizza? The pizza looks good, man. Don't make me do it. Oh, mamma mia, I'm burning the pizza! But like the pizza looks good. It's a good looking pizza. Chicken loaded fries is kind of like everything I hate about stadium cuisine. But when you factor in the price, I think you got to give it a chance. Whoa, okay, they respect the pizza. Fair enough. They respected that pizza. The two we lost on, I can't even be upset by. They were really close, and I feel like they were both roughly where I wanted them. I can't be too upset. You tech the crash? Yes, sir. Name any other place in Iceland than Reykjavik? Okay, buddy. Akureyri. Nice try, bitch. You didn't think you were dealing with a real Iceland head, huh? You didn't think I've ever stayed at that one hotel in Hekla? And you're going to say, which hotel? And I'm going to say, the hotel. Oh, like you stayed in a fancy one? No, it literally has one hotel. And they don't even, because there was one taxi driver. We tried to get back to the bus stop. They told us you can't do it because the taxi driver's on vacation. We called up the taxi driver, got a voicemail that said something like, I'm away for 2 weeks, no taxis. Anyway, sorry, crashing out. So you don't question my Icelandic knowledge, okay? By the way, so honestly, if you're looking for like some Walter Mitty shit to do, maybe move to Hekla and become a taxi driver. Like, I think being a taxi driver in Iceland, the duties of the job are very simple because there's like one road in the country, at least leaving Hekla. So like, it's not going to be that hard. You might have a hard time running a business because I don't know how much demand there is, but there's not a lot of competition. Let's put it that way.
Shelter. A noun meaning roof. A noun meaning the cover.
You know what I'm talking about? Like some
Homework. A noun meaning piecework done at home.
Maybe a top 3 Rolling Stones song. There's not a lot to choose from.
Twirled. A verb meaning to revolve rapidly.
Interesting.
Dignified. A adjective meaning showing or.
Today's the day, man. I can tell.
Mulligan. A noun meaning a free. Solemn. A adjective.
Nice try with the silent letter T. You almost had him.
Chisel. A noun meaning a metal. Servitude. A noun meaning a condition in which one lacks liberty. Sousaphone. A noun meaning a large circular.
Oh, man. We need more marches, man. Like more marching band music. We haven't had any since, like, I think, like Idlewild came out. That last Outkast album that we all pretend doesn't exist. You know, it's got Morris Brown on it. Marches are fascist. Bro, Morris Brown is not fascist. And Drumline is not fascist. They're just playing some shit with like a... And when they go 1v1 in Drumline, does that actually happen at like American universities in the South? Do you actually, like, you could pick somebody to challenge on the drum line? I'd be like, I'm going after him. Can you do it with, like, the tuba and shit, too? That would be sick. That would be sick. It is sick. I should have gone to, like, Clemson or something. I don't know. I should have been a University of Georgia Bulldog. Me trying to think of other universities. I should have been a Louisiana State University Tiger. I should have been a... What are they at Georgia Tech? Southern Carolina Gamecock. So true. For the Yellow Jackets? Louisiana, worst state in the Union? Okay, buddy. Well, first off, they weren't always in the Union. Blame Thomas Jefferson for that shit. They used to be part of fucking France. I'd be kind of pissed too if I got excommunicated from France and all of a sudden I was like next to Mississippi. I used to not need a passport to go to Paris, and now I'm... now I gotta say a prayer to Drew Brees every time I leave my house? No, thank you, bro. Thanks for nothing, Tom.
Koine. A noun meaning a dialect or language of a region that has become the common or standard language of a larger area. Koine originates from Greek, meaning common, derived from the feminine form of koinos. Koine. A noun meaning a dialect or language of a region that has become the common or standard language of a larger area. Koine originates from Greek.
Holy fuck. Okay. Are there C's in Greek? I mean, I'm thinking of Hercules, and I'm saying that might be the stupidest question I've ever asked. No, there's not. So in Greek, is he like, he's Hercules, but with a K? He's Heracles. Okay.
Inevitable, an adjective meaning incapable of being.
It's so doable today.
Incessant. A adjective meaning
Every Nostalgia Critic fan knows that word.
Sacristy. A noun meaning a room in a church where sacred vessels and vestments are kept and where the clergy vests.
Sacristy. Oh, sacristy.
A fan pincher. A noun meaning any of a breed of toy dogs with a wiry black, red, tan, or gray coat, erect ears, large round eyes, and bushy eyebrows, chin tuft, and mustache. Affe means monkey in German, and pinscher refers to small to medium dog breeds. A fan pincher.
Affenpinscher.
A noun meaning...
Holy shit. Now I know how all those like 11-year-old kids from New Jersey feel when they nail one of the script's spelling bee. You're like, there's no way this kid's 11. There's no shot he's going to know how to spell Affenpinscher. Then he says some shit like, origin of the word. And then you're like, buddy, that ain't going to help you. And then the dude goes fucking mentat mode. Affenpinscher. 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 And with no emotion, he hears, that's correct. And he walks off the stage. Affenpinscher. Oh, to get my scores, I have to prove that I'm not a robot. How about you prove that your website can work for 2 days in a row, and then I'll do the CAPTCHA and train our inevitable replacements, okay? How do you feel about that? I've already mined dopamine off of you. I'm not doing a CAPTCHA. I can count to 14. Carrot cake. But this is like, it's very, very carroty, man. Extremely carroty. This looks like a Bunt cake from Germany. That's ice cold, little bro. This is from the United States of America. Bolo de Cenoura. It's from Argentina, dude. It's from Brazil. Interesting. A popular Brazilian dessert. Never seen it in my life, but to be honest with you, only Brazilian restaurant I've ever been to, Fogo de Chao. Fair enough. I got to expand my horizon a little bit. This is from France. Because every time I go into a French bakery, I see some shit like this. And I honestly believe that this is what they want to be making. This is why they opened the bakery. But then they are selling croissants to make rent, which is fine. But because I'm at the bakery, I'm eating a croissant, my daughter's eating a croissant. We're keeping tabs on the people that are going through the line. Everybody's getting to the front and going, a croissant, please. One croissant, please. A croissant, please. Can I get 6 macarons? Anything else? Can I get a croissant to go? I understand. I got nothing against this, but I'm still getting the croissant. Marzipan. Marzipan. That's interesting, man. I want to say that maybe this is from like Austria. That's a crazy guess. The hell is northwest of Austria? Germany? Yeah, that's not a hard question. I was like, this is the hardest question I've ever had in my life. And then I pictured Europe in my mind and I went, never mind. Interesting. Gastronomical genius, please. Rice. Rice. Hank Aaron and Nat King Cole were both born in what U.S. state? Mississippi. Brown Sugar and I'll Take You There were recorded at Muscle Shoals Sound Studio. This to me feels like it might be Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee. America's most successful country band hails from and is named for what Yellowhammer state? Okay, just use your brain. Kansas, they're not really like a country band. Texas, Oklahoma, Arizona, New Mexico, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama, Florida. It's got to be Kansas, right? Alabama? That's their most successful country band in America? I don't know that I've ever heard of them, man. Who? Kansas is in the South? What are you talking about? What is Kansas? Do not call Kansas the Midwest, bro. Unk. Let me drop the first unk. It's not the Midwest, bro. It's like 10 milliseconds north of Texas. It's literally the South. You can't just dump every state that you don't think about in the Midwest, okay? Kansas is west? Yeah, west of you. Is east as fuck from me, bro. Texas is in the South? Texas is the South. You give Texas so much fucking credit, man. You gotta mog them a little bit. If you're from New York or California, stop letting Texas mog you, okay? People will really say New York is the Northeast, but Texas is in the South. It's the fucking South. That's where you are. No, but people from Texas are very different than people from Georgia. Okay, buddy. People from Kansas are very different than people from fucking Chicago. And yet you're going to group them together? We already have delineations that are finer than this regional bullshit. It's called the state, okay? Texas is the South, bro. You're wearing cowboy hats and cowboy boots. You're driving pickup trucks. You're voting red. You're rolling coal. You love college football. You're culturally the South. You might, I'm willing to negotiate and make you the shining star of the South that has the most influence on Southern U.S. culture. But you're the South, bro. We're not the South. You're the South. You only started buying EVs about 3 months ago. That makes you the southern part of the United States, okay? You're the South. So is Florida. Florida is not the same as Mississippi. They got different shit going on, but you got to come together for your family reunion, okay? Like, shit, I'm not leaving a light on for Penticton, but I'm not going to say they're not part of Western Canada. I'm not going to be like, oh, Calgary's not actually a Western city. Of course it's a Western city. They're wearing cowboy hats. They only started buying EVs 3 months ago. Like, everyone's got a weird uncle, right? It doesn't mean you're not part of the same family. But this shit is pissing me off. Nissan and Isuzu are both headquartered in what Japanese city that isn't Tokyo? Final of the 2002 World Cup was held in what Japanese city that's quite near Tokyo? Yeah, had to be. In fact, Yokohama is so close to Tokyo that I actually thought it was like a part of Tokyo, but fair enough. One of Williams-Sonoma's most enduring Christmas offerings is a $60 2-pound tin of peppermint what? Let's say it's peppermint popcorn, man. Spending a long time on the grill gives meat a crispy outer layer with what? But bark, peppermint bark. That makes way more sense than peppermint popcorn. According to the International Conference of Environmental Systems, there's 28 species of whales and dolphins in what deep European bay? I hear Wales, so I'm thinking it's in like the northern part of Europe. I can't think of a bay in Europe right now. Deep European bay. Is this one the Bay of Biscay? That sounds familiar to me. Okay, where is the Bay of Biscay? That's in France. Okay, you learn something new every day. It was either that or the Bay of Bengal, which I'm pretty sure is not in Europe. According to the chorus in Lysistrata, what legendary misanthrope was actually friendly towards women? The devil? Satan? This shit is old. Lysistrata is like a Sophocles play, man. It must be old as fuck. Wait, that predates the devil, you fucking idiot. Shakespeare set just 2 plays in ancient Greece, A Midsummer's Night's Dream and a more obvious one. Julius Caesar? 5-letter title character? Titus Andronicus? Titus? Julius Caesar takes place in Rome, you fucking moron, bro. What are you talking about? The most famous is Timon? Timon and Pumbaa? I don't know who the hell Timon is, man. I thought the meerkat was like the origination of the phrase. Timon of Athens? Okay, Tuba Gooding Jr. Whatever you say, buddy. Of course, we all knew that. Of course, we all knew about Timon of Athens. Here we go. Timon of Athens. Not the play. I guess maybe the play is, okay, Timon. Here we go. He was a citizen of Athens whose reputation for misanthropy grew to legendary status. Let me see. It's fucked up that there are like people who lived an entire life 2,000 years before us, and their whole life is Like they're a noteworthy individual. They were so famous, we know about them to this day, but we only know like 2 things about them. Like here, I was going to see, like, are there any noteworthy examples of his misanthropy? Here's what we got. Timon was an Athenian and lived at about the time of the Peloponnesian War, for he is represented in the comedies of Aristophanes and Plato. He's peevish and misanthropical, but he avoided and repelled all intercourse with men. They're like, he hated the world, but he wasn't gay, okay? Wait, can you chisel that into the marble, okay? He hated everybody, but he was not gay. Please put that in the permanent record. That's so funny. They'll remember you in 2,000 years for being bald? Nah, I don't think so. 2,000 years is a long fucking time, dude. I've been thinking about that because I keep getting served like r/books, and they've been running a poll all year that's like, what's the best literary work from this time period? And when they were going through like the first couple of windows were like 15,000 years long. And I couldn't think of like a single book from there. And we're now getting into, I think they're in like the mid 1700s now. And I'm like, now we're almost entering the period where I might be able to name like 2 books that have been written in that period. And then eventually we're going to leave like the 1990s, and then I'm going to know no books from the year 2000 onwards, except for like House of Leaves. Or like fucking the Da Vinci Code or some shit like that. Divergent. Think any streamers are going to be remembered in 2,000 years? I don't fucking care, man. Who gives a shit? You think Timon is down there in fucking the underworld right now? He's like, they're talking about me. You do whatever you can do, man. I'd say my advice to you is try to get what you want out of life while you're still alive, because I'm not sure it's going to be there for you after that. But not everybody agrees with that. Germa's going to be president someday. I wouldn't wish that on Germa, but also there's presidents that are like from 200 years ago that people don't even think about, man. Nobody talks about like Grover Cleveland. You think they're going to talk about Grover Cleveland in 2,200 years? I'd be surprised, man. James Buchanan? I talk about James Buchanan all the time because he's the consensus worst president of all time. Probably. Listen, I'm not handing it to the current guy, but James Buchanan did. Is it a little up in the air? Yeah, but James Buchanan did basically move the pieces into place that allowed the U.S. Civil War to happen. So I know what you're going to say, like it looks bad right now, and maybe it'll get to that level, but like until it happens, I gotta keep James Buchanan in the number 1 spot. Slavery did end, though. Are you glazing James Buchanan? That wasn't him, man. That was Abraham Lincoln. It wasn't Lincoln? It was Lincoln. Come on, man. Give Lincoln a little bit of credit. James Buchanan was an accelerationist. James Buchanan was a fraud and a passivity merchant. We don't respect James Buchanan. Well, James Buchanan is an American traitor in this house. End of story. They're all trash? Okay, well, brave. That's not what we're asking. We're asking, you're in a fucking smoke circle and you got to pass it to Lincoln on the left or Buchanan on the right. Who you passing it to? You're not passing it to fucking Buchanan at the expense of Lincoln. You're saying, hey, buddy, you might all be garbage, but you might be like the king of the garbage. So fair enough. I'd take another toke? No, Lincoln mogs you, bro. Not even for the Civil War shit, but the dude like supported live theater. But you wouldn't know that because all you know these days is Stremio and Plex and fucking watch Jets versus Stars Game 6 Reddit, free stream, methstream.com / fuck you, bitch. You can shit on a lot of the presidents. I'm not going to let you shit on Abraham Lincoln, okay? It is funny that it's called live theater and he died at it, but like that's maybe a little too soon. Okay. Sort these in rainbow order, outermost to innermost by the color contained within them. All right. Walter White made blue meth. Pokemon Violet. Florida band best known for Ocean Avenue. That's yellow card. Roy G. Biv. Seth Green is Chris Griffin. The Real Housewives of Orange County. So we have orange, yellow, green, blue, and then orange, yellow, green, Roy G, blue, indigo, violet. Now, is your name indigo or is your name red? Probably red. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Easy. We take those. Honestly, that's one of those ones that like looks hard but is not that hard. That one's actually pretty easy. I wish I was LeVar Burton. Disorderly is a good game, man. They were cooking something. Let me tell you something. The Atlantic could never. Stop telling me to play Contexto. This shit it's a crash out simulator. I can't read that. Oh, we still got Juxtastat. Sorry, not Contexto. I'm talking about Bracket City. You're right. But I hate Contexto too. And Redactyl. Higher percentage of cold days. I'm going to say Minnesota. Higher population weighted mean elevation. I'm going to say India. Wow, really? Higher percentage of people in agriculture. Fishing is going to be Newfoundland and Labrador. That's a given. Higher population. Give me Morocco, man. I don't know. I just had to pick something. Higher percentage of adults with asthma. Salem, Oregon. We'll take that. Versus Madrid? Yeah, but if I picked Madrid and it was Morocco, you would have Krungoed me. So you see what Krungo has done? Krungo has now made me pick not Madrid, because Madrid is what you would Krungo. That's what you've done. Krungo got a gravity assist on that one. Sorry, it is what it is. I see what you're saying. Yeah, man. I'm not saying because of woke. I'm saying because of Krungo. Is there a way to force chat to to refresh so they don't have Krungo anymore? I removed it, but it was 91% correct. Okay, and this one was 21% correct, and I got it right. So we're even, bro. Explain the difference between woke and Krungo. Krungo is an instrument of the woke. And sometimes there's good Krungos. But then sometimes there's false positive Krungos. So it became overused, you know? When you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail, is what I'm trying to say. When you're a Krungo poster, you're always looking for stuff to post Krungo for, which harshes the vibes. Because you can't talk about anything. You're about to talk about like Ziggy Stardust, then all of a sudden they're talking about some shit that David Bowie did in like 1958, and you're like, okay, man, but like, what do you? It's a great album. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't think that when we're criticizing or speaking about a piece of art, we should necessarily have to start it with an absolute biography of the artist every single time you say that you like Suffragette City or something like that. Okay. I don't think that serves anybody except us having a woke off, which I would probably win, to be honest with you. Not against you, but against the average individual, like in public, for sure, man. And some chatters. There's probably like some Kanye fans in chat, if I had to guess. Mods, everyone who posted COT, you know what? I'll close my eyes. Whatever happens, happens. I swear to God, I closed my eyes and in my head I heard someone go, like, not with my ears, but with my brain, I heard someone go, ah! And the most fucked up part is that I smiled. And I don't know what that says about me, but it says something. It says something. And now now they're screaming and they're T-spinning and I'm like rotating them in my mind. And then I'm making them elevate, like I'm moving their position higher on the y-axis, and they're going, ah! Slash marker that. That's the